Is your car stuck in the past? Tired of clunky displays, glitchy connections, or tiny screens that just don't cut it anymore? 2025 is the year of the floating screen revolution, and we've rounded up the top 5 floating screen receivers that'll transform your ride into a smart, stylish command center. From ultra-responsive touchscreens to jaw-dropping sound systems and futuristic features, these head units do way more than just play music. They completely change how you drive. I've dropped updated links with the best pricing in the description below. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Boss Audio System 7-inch floating touchscreen receiver. And honestly, this thing is perfect if you're looking for your first upgrade without breaking the bank. Now, I know what you're thinking. Boss Audio doesn't exactly scream premium, but hear me out on this one. For around $150 to $200, depending on where you shop, you're getting Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a surprisingly decent 7-inch capacitive touchscreen that floats right out from your dash. The build quality is exactly what you'd expect at this price point. It's not going to win any awards, but it gets the job done. The interface is pretty snappy for basic tasks like navigation and music streaming, though you might notice some lag if you're really pushing it hard. What I really appreciate about this unit is how straightforward the installation is. Boss actually did a decent job with the wiring harness, and the floating design means it'll work in most single DIN slots without looking completely out of place. The sound quality is where you'll really notice this is a budget option. It's not terrible, but don't expect audiophile level performance. The built-in amplifier pushes about 50 watts per channel, which is fine for factory speakers, but you'll definitely want to upgrade your speakers if you're serious about sound quality. Still, for someone just dipping their toes into the floating screen world, this Boss unit delivers solid value and all the smart features you actually need. At number 4, we're stepping up to the JVC KW, and wow, that 10.1-inch display is absolutely gorgeous. This thing typically runs between $400 and $500, and honestly, every penny of that cost went into the screen quality. We're talking full HD resolution with colors that just pop. It's like having a tablet mounted in your dash, but actually designed for your car. JVC has always been solid with their display technology, and this unit really shows off their expertise. The viewing angles are excellent, brightness is more than enough for sunny days, and the touch response is buttery smooth. I've tested a lot of these floating screens, and this one consistently impresses me with how crisp everything looks. From Google Maps navigation to streaming video when you're parked. The interface design is clean and intuitive too. JVC didn't try to reinvent the wheel, they just made everything look really, really good. Now here's where it gets interesting. While the display is absolutely the star of the show, the audio processing is pretty solid too. You're getting 50 watts RMS per channel, which is respectable, plus some decent EQ options if you want to tune things to your liking. The wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work flawlessly, and I love that it supports Waze right out of the box. My only real complaint is that the menu system can feel a bit dated compared to some of the newer units. But honestly, when that screen looks this good, you kind of forget about the minor interface quirks. Number 3 goes to the Kenwood DMX9708S, and this one's all about that custom fit life. Priced around $600 to $700, it's definitely not cheap. But Kenwood has always been about precision engineering, and this unit shows exactly why installers love working with their stuff. The floating 6.8-inch screen might seem smaller than some others on this list, but don't let that fool you. This thing is built like a tank and designed to integrate seamlessly with your car's existing systems. What sets the Kenwood apart is their Maestro integration module compatibility. Basically, this means you can keep all your factory steering wheel controls, parking sensors, and even some of those fancy driver assistance features that newer cars have. I've installed this in everything from Jeep Wranglers to BMW sedans, and the level of integration you can achieve is honestly impressive. The wiring is color-coded and well-labeled, the brackets fit properly, and everything just works the way it should from day one. The interface is where Kenwood really shines, though. It's fast, it's responsive, and everything is laid out logically. The customizable home screen lets you set up shortcuts for the features you actually use, and the whole system feels cohesive rather than like a bunch of apps thrown together. Audio quality is excellent with 50 watts RMS per channel, and some of the best digital signal processing I've heard in this price range. Plus, if you're into high-res audio files, This unit actually supports FLAC and other lossless formats, which is pretty rare in the floating screen world. Coming in at number 2, we have the Pioneer AVH2400NEX, and this is where smart features really start to get interesting. At around $350 to $450, Pioneer has packed this 7-inch floating screen with more connectivity options than you can shake a stick at. We're talking wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, built-in Wi-Fi, and even Amazon Alexa integration if that's your thing. Pioneer has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to smartphone integration, and this unit really shows their experience. The wireless connection is rock solid. I've never had it drop out or struggle to reconnect like some other brands do. The interface is snappy and intuitive, with large icons that are easy to hit while driving. What I really love is the customizable shortcut bar at the bottom of the screen. You can set up quick access to your most used features, which makes everything feel more personalized. The smart features go beyond just phone connectivity too. The built-in Wi-Fi means you can update the firmware without needing to mess with USB drives. And the system actually learns your preferences over time. It'll start suggesting routes based on your driving patterns, automatically switch to your preferred audio source when you get in the car, and even adjust the display brightness based on the time of day. The audio quality is solid with Pioneer's MOSFET amplifier pushing 50 watts per channel. Plus, you get all the advanced tuning options that Pioneer is known for. This is definitely the sweet spot for people who want flagship features without paying flagship prices. And taking the top spot, we have the Sony XAV, and honestly, this thing is just in a league of its own. Yeah, it's pricey at around $800 to $900. But when you experience everything this unit can do, you start to understand why it commands that premium. That 10.1-inch anti-glare display is absolutely stunning. It's bright, sharp, and somehow manages to stay readable even in direct sunlight, which is something I can't say about most floating screens. Sony's attention to detail is evident everywhere you look. The build quality is exceptional, with a solid aluminum frame and premium materials throughout. The interface is incredibly smooth and responsive, with fluid animations that make everything feel high-end. But what really sets this apart is Sony's extra loud feature. This thing can pump out some serious volume without distortion, making it perfect for convertibles or trucks with louder cabins. The 55-watt amplifier doesn't sound like much on paper, but Sony's digital signal processing makes every watt count. The smart features are where this unit really justifies its price tag, though. We're talking about advanced voice recognition that actually works, seamless integration with pretty much any smartphone, and built-in apps that don't feel like afterthoughts. The navigation is fast and accurate. The audio streaming quality is noticeably better than cheaper units, and everything just works together harmoniously. Installation is straightforward despite the premium features, and Sony includes everything you need in the box. If you want the absolute best floating screen experience and don't mind paying for it, this Sony unit delivers on every level.